It's the Tony Tone Show. You probably recognize the theme song to that epic program, MASH. It was on for 11 seasons. My next guest on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline was on MASH for all 11 seasons. You may have known her as Hot Lips. Her real name is Loretta Swit. She's written a book. She's an animal activist. And I believe she's right over there. Hey, Loretta, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hey, Tony, I'm fine.
I'm so glad that you took the time to call in and chat because
My pleasure.
I don't know if you're aware of this or not, Loretta, but you have some humongous fans in the state of Iowa, so this is exciting.
This is good to know. Because I'm preparing a tour and I want to get some theaters going. What would you suggest in Iowa? Where should I approach them?
Wow, there's a place in Davenport in the Quad Cities called the Adler Theater that would be a good spot.
The Adler Theater.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing that down right now.
Oh, I love it.
If I have such fans, they should be happy to get my show there.
I
will definitely try for it.
Well, I hope it happens. Betty White, the award that you received, the Betty White Award from Actors and Others for Animals on December 4th. Congratulations. Betty White's from the same hometown that I grew up in outside of Chicago, Oak Park, Illinois, and I'm familiar with that award, and I guess just reflect on that for a second when you found out the feeling that you had.
Oh, my goodness. I really was overwhelmed. I didn't even consider that my name was up there for consideration. I was just really swept off my feet. It was a gorgeous day, luncheon event, so many friends, it was really kind of overwhelming.
And then you have a book. So, Loretta, I love reading and obviously enjoy movies and television. I've never written a book. So when you decide to do the book, the process for you, I ask that question to everybody that I talk to that's written a book. Was it a long one?
Sure.
Did it come naturally to you? Let's talk about that.
Okay, sure. Well, pretty simple. It wasn't my idea. It was presented to me. It happened to me. Mies Hora, who's the most wonderful publisher, just a wonderful man, now a wonderful friend. He happened to be taking the same private flight of our friend has an airplane, and we were both invited to do this flight from Florida. Mm-hmm. And during the flight, I was on my computer, and he saw some of my paintings. And he said, wait a minute, hold everything. Let me look at this. And he was so impressed. He just loved my work. And he said, there is a book here. There is a book here. I said, where? No. I said, really? He said, absolutely. Would you be open to the idea? I said, sure. And that's how that evolved. And then working with him, being guided by him, he said each painting, we chose the paintings together, and he had his reasons for certain ones. Like we both agreed about the cover, that sweet Jack Russell just looking out directly at you. It was so inviting and seductive, But I learned so much about why this would work or why that wouldn't work. And then, of course, he said what we'll do, the format will be writing kind of blurb with each painting. And it gave me a chance to talk about some great organizations that are out there that do such good work, and how I'm going to help them.
Yeah, so so let's talk about.
But it wasn't. It wasn't painful. I have to say, it was a remarkable, joyous experience.
Some of the organizations that you're helping, Loretta, and I should tell people the book is Swit Heart, the watercolor and artistry and animal activism of Loretta Swit. So you are helping out some great organizations. Let's talk about those for a second. Okay.
The proceeds from the book go into my foundation, which is called Swit Heart Animal Alliance Foundation. It's a 501c3, obviously. And as the needs arise, we are a core. I hope to become a core. For example, just recently we had last year Matthew, the Hurricane Matthew, which really devastated parts of Florida, where this harmless, lovely little shelter struggling for life was battered, and that would be a priority for me with the foundation to reach out and help them, put them back on their feet. So it's things like that. Search dog rescue. The search dog rescue people always need funding because they have to constantly improve their training center. Every time the deployment comes back, they have been faced with new and different challenges. Mm-hmm. And in order to keep the dogs out there, open, current, ready to face whatever happens, they have to consistently upgrade and change the different challenges of the training center. So they need constant. A farm sanctuary needs constant support, but you can do that by adopting an animal, adopt a farm animal, a cow, a goat, a turkey, whatever, and we can do that. We can maybe do 2 animals a month or 3 animals a month, whatever. So there's a constant sort of source. We want to be a constant source of support for the various organizations and join them, if you will, make an alliance of all these organizations to help each other.
It makes total sense, and at the same time, folks can help the cause and receive a gorgeous book. As we wrap up, because we're running out of time, I of course have to talk about MASH, the 45th anniversary. You know, that show, Loretta, as you're well aware of, was so important for so many reasons, and the fact that it's still beloved in its 45th anniversary. At the time when you're filming MASH, are you aware that once this gets out that it's going to have such a big impact on people, or are you just looking at it as a job that you're going to do and hope to do it well?
I have to admit that it was special from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Though the original cast fell in love with each other immediately, spoke the same language, had the same goal, which was to make MASH the star and to make a difference. And we were blessed with great writers, wonderful producers, Gene Reynolds, Larry Gelbart initially, who had a hook into the truth, wanting always to take the stories from real life. People, the Korean vets, nurses, doctors, provided us with lots of stories, lots of information, and many, many, many of our episodes are based on a storyline that was actually happened, a true fact.
Sure.
Everybody stayed true to the integrity of the show. And so I think there was a magic about it, I think, for us immediately. No one, however, could have foretold the phenomenal success. And I have a theory about why it's gone on and on. It's a family show. People watched it with their families.
Yep.
And kids grew up with us, and now they're all married. They've got kids who have kids watching us. It became a family routine, and I think that's why it's still globally being shown all over the world. Like the old joke, somewhere the sun is setting over the yardarm. Well, I tell you, somewhere when that sun is setting, MASH is on somebody's screen.
It's so true.
And it keeps us.
Yeah.
It keeps us in the family,
mm-hmm.
and the families keep going on. So
it's so
we are the legacy.
Yeah.
MASH became the legacy.
Well, it's a great one to have. And Loretta, I know you're busy this morning with other interviews, so I want to say thank you for the time, and I wish you success with the book and all the causes you're behind. And we hope to have the stage show in the great state of Iowa soon. Thank you so much.
I am submitting. It's the Adler Theater. I've got it written down here. You think I'm joking.
No.
I'm going to give that to the producer.
I believe you.
Give that to the producer. Do you know how many seats there are? Is it a big theater?
I think it's about 2,000, and Heather Brummel would be somebody to talk to there, Brummel. She's the assistant general manager. So, yeah, that would be great.
Well, she's going to get a call. She's going to get a call from my producer, Sweet.
Nice. Well, that's fantastic. We hope to make that happen, and thank you again so much, Loretta.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.